Yikes. Bumpy start at Mass, but also a startling gospel reading today. And when we first hear the gospel, most of us, I imagine, are a bit fearful and maybe puzzled and confused. The invited guest was thrown out of the wedding feast for not having the proper clothing. What if he was too poor to get some? So also imagine some of our fears to go somewhere underdressed and being not invited in. The kingdom parable, an image that represents God, comes off as unsympathetic and unkind. After all, the man was one of the few that showed up while so many refused to come in the first place. So what is Jesus trying to tell us? What is the lesson for today? Like all parables, the twist and turn in the story causes us to stop and think. In this instance, it's asking us our response to living our faith. God has done all the work and preparation. The invitation is sent out. The great feast is ready for us. All we need to do as guests is simply show up, put on the proper garment to signify our sincere and heartfelt yes to God's invitation. And it was a custom in ancient Palestine, biblical scholar tells us, that the wedding garment was provided for the guests. As they arrive, the host would be at the entrance to greet everyone, and then also give each person a robe to put over whatever they were wearing. In some ways, it's very similar to nowadays when we go out, whether it's a restaurant or a store, and there's a requirement to wear a mask. But in some instances, masks are provided right outside for you so you could enter. So there's really no excuse to not wear a mask or the wedding garment, except an unwillingness to do so. In a sense, to be included or excluded in the heavenly banquet is our own choice. St. Paul speaks of Christians putting on Christ as a garment, that we all be clothed in love and compassion, in kindness and humility, in meekness and in patience in our daily lives. That's the practice of a Christian. This was the garment the man refused to put on. He accepted God in words, but not in actions. Too stubborn or unwilling to put in any effort. In other words, we call him Christian by name only. But the good news for us is that God, it's not too late. God is constantly and persistently inviting all of us to put on the garment of Christ and attend the heavenly banquet. The invitation is sent out to all of us. So what's our response today?